Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and it's got to be said, it is good to be back with you. If I'm a little bit slow and breathless, please do excuse me. Just had a bit of an accident. Somebody turned in front of my motorbike and I ended up in hospital, hence these things. So if the speech is a little bit stilted and I seem in a little bit of discomfort, please bear with me. But seeing as how I'm supposed to be on rest and recuperation, what better way to do that than with some crafting? Since I'm not exactly with it, I thought one of the best things to do would probably be to do a product review, an unboxing video. Then at least I'm not having to think about construction and things like that. It's all there in front of me. So I picked this up. It is a three-story construction site tower block. It's by 4Ground Publishing. There was a local distributor having a sale on, and I like the look of it because this kind of thing can be quite intricate to build. So I thought, go on, I'll indulge myself in a kit set. So now's as good a time as any. Let's see what's in there. Right, a lot of packing to start off with. What do we get? Right. Okay, so this laser cut MDF. Whew. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets, varying thickness of parts, and some instructions. Now, are they in the right order? I guess they are. Awful lot of pictures, not a great deal of words. Oh, it's double-sided. Oh, maybe I was reading it from the back. No, not sure. Alright, I'll have a look through those later and, oh, well, very shortly, and see if I can work out what I'm supposed to be doing with it. Let's have a look at these. Right. Okay. Yes, the parts are lettered. How easily do they come out? Am I supposed to use a knife or something like that, or do they just pop out? Oh, no, okay. Right, okay. So, it pops out very, very easily. As I say, this is the first time I've had a laser cut MDF kit. So, that's quite good. I'm not sure whether or not it's pre-painted. It's had a bit of an airbrush to give it some kind of sort of rust or weathering effect. So that's not looking too bad. I tell you what, I'll reposition the camera and let's go about actually constructing it. Okay, first of all, if you can hear the fan going in the background, please excuse it. I'll try and dull it down a little bit in editing. Right, let's see what we've got in the way of instructions. Now, I'll be honest, page numbers would be good so that I actually know where to start. I'm assuming that's the start because that's sort of got the title on it. Right. 3mm, 2mm MDF, yeah, good. Before assembly, push out all the plugs in the beams and use the pin to clear all the pinholes. These pinholes can be used to house pins or wire not supplied, as tower block reinforcing bars. Group the floor pieces and the panel pieces to go with them. 2mm panels that fit into the 3mm foundation base have deeper 3mm tabs. Usually each floor and its panels can be assembled before attaching to the framework. Okay, so I'm guessing I have to pop all these parts out. Alright, that's what it says. So that's part A. Have I got any more part A's? Oh, these have got numbers on instead. Oh, they're coloured differently. I wonder if they're wall sections or floor sections maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. CB1. Okay. So I wonder. Okay, it's got to be said, the instructions aren't brilliantly clear. Alright, this is going to be fun. Okay. Yeah, definitely marked down for instructions, it's got to be said. In fact, it's almost as if the pictures have been taken from different models. I'm not sure. Okay. Well, I'm assuming that that is the baseboard, since I can't tell any different. I think this is going to be a longer build than I thought. Right, not the greatest of starts. Group the pieces and panels that go with them. Well, how do you tell which panels go with them? Maybe it's the accident, maybe I'm being a little bit dense here, but this is not what I would call intuitive. Sorry. Right, I tell you what, let's grab. Right, I'm having to refer to the box art to see what I'm supposed to be doing here and see if I can work out what part is what. Right, okay, that is definitely the baseboard. And have I got it upside down? Right, maybe I had it upside down. Okay, maybe it's supposed to go that way. Okay, right, we'll go with that. Right, so big side pieces. I'm trying to be a little bit gentle because I don't know how strong the MDF is. Okay, well, it came out relatively easy. There must be a knack to it. Maybe it's a case of just wiggle. Right, you got to clean the joins out. That one and that one. Right. So looking at the picture, must go there and there. Right, okay, so they're wall sections. Let's get me other wall sections out. Right, so it must be one of those. And it looks like support beams there. Now I've got another support beam here, but I can't tell where that is supposed to attach to. Ah, right, okay. So that is the front. No, right, that is the front. And this one, okay, I'm getting far better at popping these out, it's got to be said. Looks like you if you pop it from the side with the letters and just press back on it, they pop out easily enough. And that is the back section, and there's some stairs in there somewhere, so I'll get them out. Right, so these must be upright wall pieces. Their instructions definitely leave an awful lot to be desired. Pretty pictures are great, and they say pictures paint 1,000 words, but I'll be perfectly honest, actually having some words on here would definitely help. I'm not impressed with this. I know when I'm explaining how to do things I can be a little bit wordy, but this is beyond the pale. So I've managed to identify from a picture of the ground floor one strange piece, and that is what has managed to lead me to believing that this is what is supposed to go in this position. Right, okay, well, I'll be honest, the fit is good. I'm quite impressed with that. It went together easy enough, there was no having to force it. As you've seen, I've done no clean up. I think aesthetically, just this section here, where obviously the edges of the MDF haven't been painted and they're actually exposed, does detract from it a little bit. I'll see what it's all like when it's together. I mean, they have tried to sort of weather it and make it look as if it's there by design, which is one thing, and for a quick throw together, that's not bad. Right, let's carry on. Now that I've sort of got the hang of what I'm doing, we'll carry on. Now, there was a warning, one of the few bits of words in here, which pointed out that there's a difference between the cutout just here, but from the photo, unfortunately, I can't tell the difference about which is which. Rather than glue it, and it does say glue it as you go, but I'll glue it later, and then by the time we've got up to the top, maybe I'll be able to work that part out. Right, I guess I'm looking for the second floor now. What does the second floor look like? Or the first? Ah, so that big part was marked A, but the floor parts have actually got numbers on them, so maybe that corresponds to the floor number. Maybe that is the first floor, and it looks a bit like the first floor from the picture, so we'll give that a crack. Do I have one describing the first floor? Ah, right. Okay. Now I understand the instructions a little bit better. Okay, so that is a general one for general assembly for all the models. So that's tips and tricks all over the place. Right, let's put that aside. These other two pages appear to be instructions. They must do 3 sets. Now I know they do a number of these sets. I actually bought 2 of them. I got the 3-story, and I got an L-shaped one, which is why I've just realised that cunningly hit, well, okay, on the very small amount of writing, this sheet appears to be for the L-shaped one, which is that other kit I've got, so I don't need that sheet, and that is not what I'm after, so it is just this one, the 3-story. Right, now let's see where I'm going with this. Piece with 2 doors and a bit, and you know, that one might actually be the other bit that I'm looking for. Right, now we are cooking with gas. Okay, no it's not. No, it's not that piece. Wrong way round. That piece, and now that's offset slightly. Have I got the right piece there? Yes. Right, first floor. Whew. Second floor. We are motoring now. I'm assuming that goes there. And then I need a long piece there, and I'd say it's that piece. And then that is the piece that goes, is it the other way around? Yeah. Right, so there's supposed to be like a stairway that goes up this one and around the side. Now I am going to very strongly assume that that is going to have to be glued, so I'll do that bit last once I've got the rest of the general construction done. So that is my top level. Right, and that is the bit for the mezzanine, and it goes round that way. Now these appear to be a bit of a tighter fit by design, which is not bad. It's not the worst idea, you know. Right, I think I've got that right. So then that would fit on there, just like that. Okay, well that bit's taking shape, and then presumably that bit will just go on top like that. So now it should just be adding those framing sections. Yeah, this is definitely the point where we should have been using glue, because that's not going to sit nicely by itself. Well, once I got going, it wasn't going too badly. I'll take a quick break there because I'm starting to sweat, and by my reckon I've been going about a good half hour at this. I'll put some paper down, I'll crack out the glue. It should just be a super glue job. I'm pretty sure that in the general instructions it did say use super glue. Did it? Glue all parts that touch to give the model more strength. Oh no, it reckons PVA. Well, it's got to be said, this is a bit more challenging than I thought. So I will get on with gluing some of these pieces down. I'm just going to use high grade PVA, and I'm not going to move them too much neither. Am I going to go overboard with the glue? Now you'll see I'm just using a paintbrush here to apply it, rather than try and do it straight out of the bottle, because that just seems daft. So I will crack on with this, probably edit an awful lot of this out, unless I hit unexpected snags. Okay, well there you are, all finished, and I'm pretty pleased with it, I will be perfectly honest. It took us a couple of hours. Yeah, there was a few hiccups along the way. I'll give you a breakdown of those in the moment, but I must stress I am more than happy with this. Build quality, it's nice and sturdy. I can see absolutely no problem with it being able to support loads and loads of miniatures. It's a very, very well thought out piece. The paint scheme out of the box I am more than happy with. I would be happy to just plonk that on my table and call it done. If I was being really, really pedantic about it, yeah, I could give it another paint job to get it to tie in with the rest of the stuff, but I think it looks perfectly fine as is. Could I put it on a base of its own? Yeah, I could. Am I going to? No, probably not, because it's nice enough as it is. You know, a number of levels there. Miniatures fit in perfectly nicely. It is all good playable area. I am more than happy with it. In fact, a couple of things that I'll point out. Ladders come with it, so the areas that you can't get to with stairs, you can pop a ladder there and you've still got right of way and access in your games. Plus of course it means you've got ladders that are detachable and usable for other games or other places. The stairs, there are some stairs on here, and I just wanted to point that out. Quick test. Miniature sits there perfectly. Alright, now that's a metal Scout, one of those that we're not allowed to use the proper name of, otherwise we get copyright struck. And yeah, any of the steps, I was having a note as I was putting the steps together, they have been really well designed, and the base of it, even the fatter bases, just kind of hooks under there, and it stands perfectly. No problem with that. That is absolutely brilliant. Really well thought out. A couple of things on the build itself. Now, I don't know whether or not it was just my one. Maybe something was off, but this section just here, I did have to take a little notch. It looked as if this tab was offset by maybe about 1 millimeter, and I'm relatively certain it isn't because I made a mistake in the assembly or anything like that. So that could be a design flaw. If the manufacturer gets around to checking this video, hey, have a look at your settings. That was the one thing that threw the build ever so slightly. The other thing, and this is from a design point of view, okay, we talked about these ladders, but ground up to first floor, no problem. Second up to third floor, no problem. But the only gap to get from first to second, there isn't a floor there. Which makes me maybe think that that floor there was supposed to have been rotated around, but that is not the way the build pictures go. Maybe I have assembled it incorrectly by following the build pictures. I'm not sure. Alright, but at the end of the day, I can always break all health and safety regulations and put a crate down there and prop that ladder on it so that you can get up to the second floor. Yeah, it's a battle zone. A ladder on a crate is going to be the least of your worries if there's bullets flying around. What else? There were, and you always get it, some pieces left over. I'm not sure what these are, and I can't see anything or any places for them to go into. I'll have another very thorough look over the pictures and see if I can add them in later, but maybe they're just extras, who knows. Overall satisfaction with the model, 10 out of 10. Playability of the model, 10 out of 10. Where it loses points is with the instructions, with the documentation. Now, so what you get out of the box is 3 laser printed sheets of paper, double-sided, so it's 6 pages in total. Now, two sides of that are for models which this wasn't. Why it was included in here to confuse me, I've no idea. I guess when I saw that all of the parts on the boards were numbered or had letters, when I got to the instructions, I guess I was expecting maybe a little bit more like the old Airfix kits, where, you know, part A joins to part 3, that kind of thing. And it wasn't here. And it took me so long to get started by not being able to follow simple instructions. And don't get me wrong, I don't consider myself to be thick. I may be a little bit slow after the bike accident, but, you know, I managed to work it out. I managed to get it built, but these weren't really of any help. Sorry. So, marks out of 10 for your documentation, that's a 1. Saying that, with how happy I am with the build quality and things like that, I am going to say that this is a good solid 7. And if you've got a video like this and you don't, or you know, one from the manufacturer site, I don't know whether they do them, and you don't have to go off these, you're talking about a 9 or 10. I am more than happy with this. Alright, it is a very nice little piece and a very quick build once I got past the initial hurdle of being confused by the instructions. 4Ground Publishing, thumbs up from me. Please do something about your documentation. Skill rating, let's call this an intermediate. Okay, I wouldn't necessarily give it to kids to try first out. There are a few little places where it can get difficult, but it's not the most difficult model that I've ever tackled. Anyway, I'm back, still in action. There's going to be more videos. If you like what you see, please hit the like and subscribe button. Comment on it. Give me some suggestions on what I can do when I'm not quite so incapacitated. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.